Hi everybody. So I'm going to give you a demonstration of pour painting, and we're going to start with a canvas. We need to put some pins underneath. I need to take a couple off of this one here. Well, for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to put them on, but you will just put them on here like this, put them through, and then it's going to make your canvas sit up so it doesn't get stuck to the, what do you call it, tablecloth. If you don't have any thumbtacks, you can use any little cups, red Solo cups, whatever. Put them underneath and set your thing up, okay? So what we're gonna start with is we have some acrylic paint, and we mix that with a additive to thin the paint, and we also put in some silicone gel, and what that does is that gives us some cells in the painting, and I'll show that to you in a minute. So we got all our materials over here. I use a spatula or a cake spreader to put my white to cover my canvas. That's the only time you're going to use that, and you can wash it off. It's acrylic paint. You can wash it off. And then we're going to put our colors in, and we have a straw, or you can also use a hair dryer, and I'm going to show you both ways to do that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do after we've mixed everything up is we're going to pour our white onto our canvas, and we're going to spread it on. We want to get it all covered. So this doesn't have to be pretty, just covered. So any way you cover it, there you go. That's it. Now I also put some silicone. Don't scrape it all off though. Okay, you want that wet paint there. I did put silicone gel in my white, but you don't have to. I like a lot of cells in my paint, in my painting. All right, so let's see. You can pour this any kind of design you want, okay? But I am your design is gonna get. It's gonna morph when we are blowing it, so don't get married to your design. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. I'm just gonna go corner to corner with a little snake-like area, and I'm gonna have more paint, and that's okay if you have more paint. We'll go over it again. I recommend that you alternate your darks and light paints so that they're not like mixed next to each other while you're pouring. It gives you some contrast. Now you can either pour this on top of where you just put your teal, or you can do it right at the left or right of it, like a shadow. Doesn't matter, whatever makes you happy. I'm gonna do sort of a little bit of both. and I'm going to cross over. Okay? Doesn't matter. It's going to all get moved around. This one I'm going to put right on top. Okay? And I'm just going to squiggle this around. Okay? There. Now, if you have more paint, you go back. Do it again. You can either do, you also can do it a different way. You can add something. That's fine too. However, whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm going to get all my paint on here. I'm not a big fan of yellow. I'll put a little bit more yellow over here. A little bit in here. I don't have much of my yellow left here. Okay. So just get creative. It's, you know, any way you want to do it. Let's see, do I have any more teal? No, not really. A little bit. Okay, once you have all of your color, I'm going to give you a bird's eye view. Okay, so this is how it's starting, right? Okay, now here's the fun part. Now you can blow or you can use a hairdryer. All right, I'm going to show you both. So here is, take the straw and just, you can blow towards the edge or in from the edge into the painting. You can go all different ways, whatever you want. You want to make this make you feel happy, so it doesn't matter how you do it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this looks right here. You see that? So it's, everything's kind of mushed together. Now, can you see these little, looks almost like alligator skin, right? Those are the cells of the paint coming out. And that's because we put the silicone in. Okay, now you're going to hear a big noise because I'm going to put the hairdryer on instead of using the straw. Now for the kids, the straw will be way fun. But you know, if you have any kind of respiratory issues like asthma, you might not want to be, you know, blowing a straw for a while. So I'm going to do this. Put this on cool heat, not hot, okay? And most hair dryers come with an accessory. This is what you want. One of those skinny, small, long, accessory. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I just did one sweep with my hair dryer and I did it on high setting, cool temperature. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so you can do this any way you want. You can do a lot of it or leave some, leave some the way it was when you poured. You can leave some white in there, whatever you want, okay? Whatever looks good for you is all that you need to do, so you can be happy and make it feel happy. All right, I'm gonna do some more. Okay, I want to show you a little bit. So, here we go. Now, I want to show you. Do you see this here? See that kind of, I blew a lot here. Do you see that? So, it looks a little bit more solid than the rest of this. All right? I don't really care for that. But you can see some of the cells in there. But if you like it, that's great, all right? But I just want to show you what overblowing can do, all right? It makes all of your colors kind of meld together, and you don't see a lot of the striations, okay? I really like how this came out, so I'm probably just going to leave it alone. But look at all of this paint, right? That's okay. It's okay. And I love how it goes over the edge. So when you're sitting on the sofa or in your bed and you have that hanging up on the wall, you get to see it on the edges, so it doesn't look like it's not finished. Now, you see here on this corner, it didn't really go over this corner. So you can either take a brush, kind of dip it in, don't mix it together, just dip it in and just tap it. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We don't want it perfect. We just want it covered, see? So you would never know I just did that with a brush. All right, so this is called pour painting. Now, if you want to do it a little bit faster, you can do what's called a dirty pour, and that basically means you take all your colors and you put them in one cup, but you do them in layers, and then take the cup and pour it on like we did with each color individually. I don't like to do that because I like to have more variation. But there you go. So that's it. So you want to keep this where it is, drying. It's because it's got a lot of paint on it, it's going to take a while for it to dry. And you're going to see more cells come out. Now, you're going to see, what do you call it? Some almost like a geological map where topical. No, I can't say the word. Anyway, it's going to be like 3D. You're going to see. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see that? In here, right in here. Okay. That is because I still have a lot of paint on here. So when it dries, you might get a little bit of texture. And if you don't like texture, then don't use as much paint. Don't pour as much paint on when you start it. But I love texture. I love texture in my painting. They feel like they're alive. So I leave it that way. So that's it. So just leave it where it is. The reason we put those cups or pins on here is so that when all this paint is dripping off, it's not going to stick to the canvas. So when it's all dry, we can just lift this up, and all this paint that's on here is going to stay where it is instead of on the bottom of the canvas where we have to peel it off, you know. We don't want to peel it off because then we're going to get pieces of the paint, and we could peel some of it off the sides and things like that. So it's cleaner if we do it like this. So this probably take 2, maybe 1, maybe 2 days. Just really depends how much paint you have on here. Okay, so this is it. This is where we're gonna leave it, and we're gonna let it dry. If you did this on a dining room table or something like that, take a piece of cardboard, slide it under your pins or your cups. Pins are much easier. If you have thumb packs under there, it's much easier because they won't come off. But you can just pick them up, put it on the cardboard, and move it like, I don't know, your garage or your, guest room. Close the door so the cats don't walk on it or something like that. But somewhere where it's climate controlled and nobody's gonna mess with it, because when you move this, your paint is gonna like spill basically, because it's very liquid. Okay, so just a little bit of information. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to save this and watch it again, or replay, whatever you like. I hope you had a good time.